I'm excited to share with you all that I've contributed a chapter to the newly published Anxiety Relief Handbook. The handbook provides a unique window into 11 highly effective complementary therapies for you to sample on your quest to ease anxiety. The ebook is available on my website, happynurse.com.au/anxiety relief handbook. Hi everyone, I'm Elena Mullery. Welcome to the Happy Nurse podcast. I'm so excited to see this come to fruition. It's been a dream of mine for around a year now. I just want to stop here and say thank you to all my Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn followers who have engaged in my content and supported me over the last year or so. It means so much to me to be able to help you all with your self-care and to see you engaging in what I'm sharing with you. I started this podcast because I've realised there's a huge need for the promotion of self-care in the nursing community, even more so now with the pandemic that's currently on us. I am really passionate about promoting self-care to nurses and other healthcare professionals. It's not just us nurses that need to practice the self-care, it's everyone. Nurses are the backbone of healthcare. They're always there to care for another's loved ones as if they were one of their own. And they do this often forsaking special moments and special occasions with their own family and loved ones in order to be there to care for other families' loved ones. We need to be able to look after ourselves so that we are in the best state we can be to deliver the best care we can to our patients. It's that old airplane analogy. You have to fit your own oxygen mask before you fit anyone else's. And the other one is you can't pour from an empty cup. We need to make sure our cup is overflowing so that we are able to then offer ourselves and give care to those who are in need of it most. I see nursing as a career of polarities. It's rewarding, but it's challenging. It's fulfilling, but it's frustrating at times. And it's exhausting, but it's encouraging. These polarities can take a toll on our mental health. And it's really easy for our mental health to start to decline. I created an image last year that broke nursing down from happy nurse to burnout, and I broke it down into 5 stages. So we start at the happy nurse, come down to cruising along, then enter overwhelm, stressed out, and then burnt out. When you're a happy nurse, you're grounded, you're motivated, you're present, you're in a really good space, you're full of love, you're full of fun, you're full of excitement. When you hit that burnout, all that's fallen apart. You feel like you've got no control over your life. You're physically, emotionally, mentally exhausted. You spend a lot of time in your head worrying about things and being your own biggest critic rather than your own biggest fan. I see overwhelm as the tipping point. I almost see the two ends as a seesaw and overwhelm's in the middle. And when we hit overwhelm, we need to raise the alarm and realize we're there so we can either go back up towards happy nurse or we're on this horrible slippery slope down to burnout. I have experienced burnout myself, and that's part of where my passion for happy nurse comes from. I'm going to share a little bit with you about how I've got to be here today presenting this podcast and the experience that I've been through to bring about my passion about promoting self-care to nurses. I've been a nurse for 20 years, 23 if you include my training. I trained in Aberdeen in Scotland. I went to uni straight from school at 17. And a year into my training, my mum, who was also a nurse, was involved in a road traffic accident on her way home from work and died as a result of it. I was absolutely devastated, but carried on with my nursing because it's what my mum really wanted me to do. I graduated in 2000. Got a job in an orthopaedic trauma unit where I'd been a student just months before and was lucky enough to secure employment there when I finished. I was there for 6 months and then I got another amazing opportunity to join a theatre team in a small private hospital in Aberdeen. Just before I turned 21, I hit burnout. Everything I hadn't dealt with from when I was 18 when my mum died came up to the surface. I found myself out of action and off work for around 6 weeks. But with the loving support of my family and my amazing colleagues, I got back to work and things started to get back to normal. In 2003, I got the opportunity to go and work in Sydney for a year, which I absolutely loved. I made some amazing friends. and memories that I will live with me forever. And it was an awesome opportunity to work in a big tertiary public hospital on the other side of the world. As a 23-year-old, I was living my dream. I came home from there at the end of 2003, and 6 months later, I lost my little brother in another road traffic accident. This completely devastated me, shook me to the core. How could I lose 2 family members in road traffic accidents within a few years of each other? I hit burnout again. I was off work for months. I was in a mess. I didn't know how I could face the day some days. I was in a really bad spot. But again, through the love and support of my awesome family, who were all also feeling the pain of what we've all been through, and my amazing colleagues, I'd gone back to work at the same hospital I'd been at before I went to Sydney. They all got me through it. And I also, through that time, saw a counsellor who introduced cognitive behavioural therapy to me. This ignited my passion for personal development, although I wasn't quite sure what it was back then, but I knew there was something in me that was really interested in this aspect of ourselves. Throughout uni, psychology was one of my favourite subjects, and I did, for a while after my mum passed, consider actually changing my major to psychology instead of nursing, but I decided to stick with nursing in memory of my mum. Anyway, I then went on to have 2 children. I've got 2 amazing little boys, and they're not little anymore. Gosh, they are 11 and 7, and they are the loves of my life. And whilst I was on maternity leave with the youngest one back in 2012, I started pursuing this interest in personal development. I started studying mindfulness and meditation and completed a diploma in it. This then led me to study even further because I was just fascinated. So I went on, and I've now got qualifications in hypnotherapy and Neuro-Linguistic Programming as well. I'm just absolutely fascinated by the mind and how it works. Throughout all this time, I've moved from Aberdeen in the northeast of Scotland to Perth in Western Australia. I've been here now for 10 years, and I'm lucky to work in a beautiful little private facility here in Perth part-time. My colleagues all used to call me the Zen nurse because nothing really shakes me these days. It takes a lot to shake me. I am shakeable, but it takes a lot more than it used to. And they would come and ask me for words of wisdom, or if they were stressed, they would come and download to me, and I would offer them some advice or some practical tips. And this went on for a couple of years. And then one day, one of them said to me, "Elena, you need to teach this stuff." And I said, "No, I don't. I'm just happy sharing it all with you." And she says, "No, you really need to teach this stuff." And then a couple more of them said to me, "You need to teach this stuff." Anyway, long story short, about a year ago, I decided I would run a workshop here in Perth. And lo and behold, a heap of people signed up and came along. I absolutely loved it. This led to me then creating Facebook groups, having a following on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. I flew across the country and did workshops over East last year. I just love what I do. I'm so happy to be able to be in this space and just share this knowledge that I have of how we can look after ourselves with all my nursing colleagues, because we're a really special bunch. I absolutely love my nursing colleagues. And the one thing I love most about doing these workshops when I fly interstate and back here in Perth is the camaraderie that's so palpable between us all. Once we all start speaking and we realise that we're all feeling pretty much the same, the energy in the room is just amazing. And the friendship and the love that you can feel is second to none. We're a pretty awesome bunch of human beings. And I know I'm a nurse and I'm saying this, but I'm acknowledging that every single one of us have these same qualities. So that is how Happy Nurse was born. My passion for personal development, alongside my 20 years of clinical experience, has brought me to this point here today, launching a podcast about self-care for nurses and healthcare professionals. And I'm really, really excited to be here and launching this. As I said earlier, I'm a mum, I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also the founder of Happy Nurse Australia. I will release weekly episodes of this podcast. In these episodes, I will either be interviewing a self-care guru or a fellow healthcare professional on self-care. I will be offering advice of my own and others. And some weeks I will maybe do some gentle meditation techniques or different meditation practices with you all. I practice meditation in a very unconventional way, and it seems to resonate with a lot of people. So I will probably throw some meditation into the podcast as well. I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for listening to my story and how I got to be here today. I'm really excited for what's ahead of us all. And I will speak to you all again next week. Thanks for listening. Bye. I'm excited to share with you all that I've contributed a chapter to the newly published Anxiety Relief Handbook. The handbook provides a unique window into 11 highly effective complementary therapies for you to sample on your quest to ease anxiety. The ebook is available on my website, happynurse.com.au/anxiety relief handbook.